Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of NoVexPodcast. We have another very interesting topic to discuss today, okay? And this is your girl, Auntie Faith. Once again, I'm here with...
Chidi, what's good? We're here. We back.
So this episode has been sponsored by Slay Enterprises. They are a company that specializes in business consulting. They form legal entities, LLC, corporations, basic branding, provide networking opportunities for businesses and for individuals. Okay? They currently have a holiday giveaway that's going on, and it's for a free consultation. $75 deal. That's
big plug.
That's cheap. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
That's a good price.
It's a good deal.
And you know what you get with that? What? A special gift. Okay.
Come on.
They have details on their Instagram at slate.ent.
Go, be sure to go and check it out.
Okay. Chidi, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to dive into the topic of diaspora wars, you know, when it comes to Africans and African Americans.
Have you seen the topic of the diaspora wars on Twitter going like, what's been going on lately?
I have. It's
crazy.
Yeah.
So let me explain to it for people who don't know what's going on Twitter. Basically, there's a diaspora war going on right now where a lot of people, so they have two sides, African Americans and Africans. African Americans are saying that Africans don't like them. And Africans are saying African Americans don't like them or don't accept them.
Right.
Now, I think this is an interesting topic, and I have my own personal take on this. I know you do as well.
Hello.
So I want you to start. Let me know what you think about this. When you see these conversations happening on Twitter, how does that make you feel?
I mean, for one, I think it's three things.
Okay.
Dumb, a waste of time, and stupid.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and break these down.
For
one, it's dumb because, you know, at the end of the day, we all came from the same place. It's Africa. Just because you don't know specifically which country you're from doesn't mean that you're technically not African.
Okay.
Two, I think it's a waste of time because it's almost like we're oppressing ourselves at the end of the day. You know, it's like black people oppressing black people, right? Mm-hmm. And three, I think it's stupid because, you know, it's a dumb waste of time. So I think it's stupid because it encompasses both of the first two.
Dumb and, okay.
You know, and I mean, just overall, like, to actually speak on it, I think, you know, there's so many isms, whether it's racism, classism, you know, sexism, capitalism, you know,
so many,
and I'm just kind of like, why should we? I know that the power structure, for one, it's the power structure's fault. So, you know, but I do still want to hold some accountability and, you know, let people know that we should be loving our own brothers and sisters that are the same skin tone as us. You know, I know that the power structure wants to break us apart in so many different ways, tear us down in the media, use music to tear us down, use different avenues to have a bad look on black and Africans. But, you know, we just need to find a way to just come together and stop hating on each other. It's so stupid. I don't know.
I feel like there are two sides to this war. Right? I see both sides. On the African American side, if I'm not African American, but I can speak. I hope I can speak on your behalf. I feel like what they see is that Africans are too prideful. And that, you know, we're coming here to a different country and we're just taking over. Right. And on the African side, what I gather is that we don't feel accepted by African Americans. Why is it that when I was going to school, growing up here, the people that bullied me the most, people who look like me?
Absolutely. But they weren't African, right? They made fun of your name.
Calling me booty, African booty section.
That's what I'm saying,
calling me this, calling me that. Hey, look, it's the African girl, but we both got braids in our hair. Right. So why is it that you get to make fun of me? Not only that, when they see, and you know who they are, when they see all of us going against each other, they think that it's okay for them to also go against us.
Exactly, to jump in.
Right. Yeah. So when they see the black, the African American and the black people, you know, bullying the African, the whites come into play.
Oh, yeah, and they just double down. They can just double down on that.
It's 2 against 1.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think it's just a classic case of, like, self-hate, and I think the only way to, I mean, I won't say that.
Okay, what do you mean by self-hate? Because I don't see it as self-hate. I think it's a miscommunication.
No, because I'm just like, how many years can you consistently do the same thing without change? That's literally insanity. So I'm like, at this point in time, right now, whether it's between artists or whether it's between individuals on the day-to-day, it's kind of like there's just so much hate towards Africans. Like legit, just straight jealousy. So I'm just like, okay, at the end of the day, you actually are African, but you've been fooled into thinking that you're not African. So now you're called, now you identify as black, whatever black is, whatever African American is. Truth is, you're African. You do have American influences, but you know, you may not know where you're from. But I mean, it's just like, you know, Africans like you and me. Like,
okay.
We're from Nigeria. I wasn't born there, but you know, my parents are directly from Nigeria. We're extremely proud people. I don't think that should be enough of a reason to hate or to, you know, look down on us.
Very, very true. Very true. But you also have to look at it from their point of view as well. I think it's, again, miscommunication. Right. They just don't know. And you know, as kids, I would say like, okay, but it's not as easy as it sounds.
Hey, as kids, no, wait. But I want to touch on that. Why is it not as easy as it sounds?
As kids, right? It's just what you see at school.
Okay.
You hear someone that's speaking a different language than you. You think, oh, that's funny. Ha ha ha. Let me play on that. Okay. Or if someone is eating something different than what you're used to seeing. You know, those are the different things that they see that they are exposed to at school, where it's like, oh, this is different. Instead of being curious about it and like asking a question, they take it to the other side where it's like, let me just make fun of it. Okay. Which is normal, you know, human nature. As kids, I can see that being played out. But however, they just don't know what it is. It's just like they don't know. And I think nowadays, though, in this century, like now, I feel like people are becoming more aware of what African really means, and it's becoming more popularized. So people are able to understand, oh, I know what jollof rice is. Right. So now if I go to school and I mean jollof rice, they're like, oh, can I have something? That's just good.
Okay, but that's just a little, and you're right? The food is one aspect. I feel like that's such a small aspect in such a bigger picture. Right. So, and again, you know, anybody that's watching out there, you know, black, African American, whatever you want to call yourself, black, African, African American, we're all the same, in my opinion.
Yes,
like we're all like, and in the roots of where we're all from, no matter how many years back, one of your ancestors were from Africa. Yeah. And again, I know the thing is, I know some people don't like that though. Some people are like, no, you were born in America. Your parents were born in America. Your grandfather was born in America.
It's the American pride. It's the American pride.
I think it just takes over, honestly.
It's the American pride where it's just like...
It's like they identify you as American. It's like...
They identify you as American.
So now you're American. One of us.
Right. I feel like we all just need to realize that we're all one, to be honest, at the end of the day. Like, when people from other races, when they see us, they see the color of our skin first. They see black. Like, that person's black. They don't see that I'm Nigerian. They don't see that I was born in Nigeria. Right. They see that I'm black. When I speak to them, they see that I'm black. When I get stopped over by a cop, they see that I'm black. Right. They don't see my culture. Right. They see my race. So it's like, why can't we all, as black people, as in physically the color of our skin, come together? Right. Why do we have to get our cultures to make us separate?
Well, I think, you know, one of our main goals, Niger Nation's main goals, is to, you know, really bridge that gap. Bridge the gap between, you know, blacks, African Americans, Africans, and just really... if Niger Nation can make somebody realize in just one way, hey, you know what? I do identify like that person. Even though I may not have the same name. My name might be Brian Johnson, but I do actually have something similar with Chidi Udegu. Yeah. Even if it just means that we like the same music, we like the same food, we have the same clothes, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's just one of the long-term goals, but again, long-term for a reason, because nothing flips overnight.
And it did, exactly. Yeah. It's like, we have to work towards this as a community, instead of having these silly-ass wars on Twitter. It's like, let's come together and actually discuss what's making us separate, you know, and how to bring us together. Let's have conversations. Let's join different communities, different associations where we can all learn from each other, but where we can all come together as one. Even TikTok is such a useful tool nowadays, social media. Yeah, because when on social media, people get exposed to different cultures. Right. They get exposed to different conversations that are happening. People are like asking, oh, why do we have diaspora wars? Explain it there, like, we shouldn't be having this. Let's come together, you know, as a community. Because again, we're all black. Like, at the end of the day, we're all black. There's no reason for us to be arguing with each other.
Okay, if you had 10 to 15 seconds, like, let's just say that, hypothetically speaking, you were like a rainmaker in this whole entire world, right? You had 10 to 15 seconds to say what you're going to do to stop these diaspora wars. And of course, anything you say is going to go, and it's going to be just, you know, seamless, and it's going to work. What would you say is your perfect like recipe to just, you know, start dying down these diaspora wars? And what is it? Is it like, you know, is it everybody that's black born here goes back to Africa? Is it, you know what I mean? Like, what would you say is your perfect? Like,
I feel like for me, the way I've always seen it is building a community.
well,
And that could happen in different forms, different ways, whether it's like having associations or having like Naija Nation, different organizations that bring us together as one. For example, when I was part of the Nigerian Student Association, we had an event called Bridging the Gap at UCLA, where we did an event where we had a lot of African and African American individuals who are influential in like the entertainment business or any business here come on a panel and discuss what's bringing us apart and how we can bring us together.
Wow,
like having events like that, very, very, very important, because that's how we all can educate each other. Whether I'm educating one person, I'm talking to one person, that person's gonna talk to someone else, that person's gonna talk to someone else. It's gonna spread like it's gonna spread. So bringing that community up and like having people actually be aware that this is going on and let's all come together.
I love that.
I don't think we need to send them like all African Americans, go to Nigeria or go to Africa. All the Africans, I mean, I'm sure the Africans will.
Oh no, they'll be here in a
spend the year. But it's also like I don't think that's gonna do anything because they get there and so what?
Right. It's like different cultures, different
countries.
Yeah.
So it's like we need to come together. Once you're coming together, you will learn each other's culture. You'll learn each other's languages, foods, awareness. That's how we come together by bridging this community and bringing us all together.
Yeah, it needs to be mended like this. Doesn't it? Like it can't be one culture. It can't be Africans want, you know, the black culture, but it's like boom, they're being met at the wall. Vice versa, it needs to be just, you know, mended and just smelled together.
Exactly.
Only thing is that takes a long time, but you know what the problem is? People aren't patient. So to anybody out there watching, anybody out there listening, you know, whether you're black, whether you're African, just be kind to each other. You know, that's definitely, we get caught up in so many things in our day-to-day lives that, you know, we're not really that kind to each other. So I think kindness is a rooted bit, understanding, empathy, you know what I mean?
And if
being gracious to each other.
Someone isn't kind to you that's from a different culture, don't take it as everybody in that culture is going to be kind to you.
Exactly.
This is just one person. Yeah. Don't be rude to someone else because you experience something bad with another person.
Right.
No, like understand that that's that individual. Don't make them stand for the entire culture.
I like that. Understand that individual doesn't stand for the whole culture. Write that down. Faith Bosede. That's what you say last name, right?
Yes.
Say it.
Bosede.
Oh, I like that. Yoruba. I like that. Man, well, I mean, with that being said, I love that, man. I love that. Be sure to, you know, subscribe, share the video with some friends, and let us know what you think. You know, tap in with us in DMs, you know, Faith, Chidi, NoVex, Naija Nation. Tap in with us, you know, let us know.
Yeah, let's stop this. Let's stop this silly-ass war.
No more diaspora wars. Kill it.
Kill it.
And remember, until next time,
NoVex.
NoVex.
And I say NoVex. My baby don't vex.
Nigga, stop rolling me.
My baby don't vex.